Good day everybody and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the final and fifth episode of this Nottingham Forest rebuild, the British only rebuild, but boy has this been a challenge. And here we are, fifth and final season. We qualified for the Europa Conference League last season, which I was quite happy with, and yeah, things are looking up. I'll jump into the financial side of things first, because we have stabilised things. Okay, yeah, overall balance not looking too pretty. I'm over the wage budget a little bit as well, which probably isn't good. I'm going to have to knock that transfer budget off. Debts and loans, 27 million. A lot of the loans and stuff have been cleared off now, so we are looking pretty good. Almost there, almost. I think by the end of the season, it will look even better. Scheduling wise, before I go into the transfers, not been the best. But here we are at the UEFA Europa League phase. Europa League? I thought it was conference. Hang on a second. Let's have a look at stages, league table. Oh! I thought we were going to go Norwich got the Conference League, we got the Europa League. Ooh, that's even better. Oh, that's a nice little surprise actually. But we do... British teams in the Europa League. We've got Newcastle and Liverpool joining us. Brilliant. So it seems that we took 5 spots for the Champions League as well, which I'm not complaining that. It means we jumped up into another competition. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, scheduling wise, not been the best. We lost to Leeds 2-1. We beat Palace 3-1. Lost to Brighton 2-0. Beat Man United again 4-0. That's 2 4-0 wins at home in 2 seasons. And then lost in the third round of the Carabao Cup because we went into the third, not the second round, because we're in European football, and we lost to Leeds. Great. But as you can see, I do have a player here who has scored a couple of goals and is an unexpected player. I did not think I'd get him, but I did. Out the transfer wise, we have been spending again. And I brought in Harvey Elliott from Liverpool for 20 million. For utter steal of a player, that. I mean, look at him. 24 years old now, and I think he just wasn't getting the game time at Liverpool, which is a great shame because he is a really, really good player on this game. So yeah, I got him in, and he's better than Tommy Doyle and the likes of them. But I did have to bring in Harvey Elliott and a few other players because of the sales. And the sales were as follows. The big one, Danilo. I couldn't keep him for the final season. I tried my hardest to keep him around, but he has progressed into such a consistently strong player that Arsenal came in with an offer. I rejected the first one, he got in a huff. They came in with a second, I let him go. So I was like, that's fine, you can go, no problem. But I did do a deal for almost 100 million for him, so I was quite happy with that. Taylor Harwood-Bellis has gone to Brighton after only 2 seasons with us, but not really starting too many games, more of a bench player. 45 games all in all. Not too bad, but I'm quite happy to let him go since I got him for a free transfer. 25 million profit, now that's how you do it. So yeah, I was quite happy to let him go on that one. Omar Richards is the other one that went, and a few other players have gone out on loan. I did bring in some more players. A couple of free transfers that came up that I do like. Charlie Patino from Arsenal. Technically, physically, mentally, really, really good player. So I brought him in on a free transfer. I think he's pretty decent. Jarell Quansah, there's that old Forest Liverpool link again. I mean, Bradley, Elliott, and now Quansah I've brought in. Quansah probably hasn't had the game exposure in the Premier League to boost his stats up too much, but he has played a lot of games in the Championship, so I thought he's a good backup. He did come in injured, so he hasn't played too many games for us just yet. But then I thought, with Danilo going, I wanted another decent box-to-box midfielder. Dewsbury Hall from Leicester. This guy is great. He's a really, really good player. Okay, he hasn't started too well with the average rating, but he's just settling in. Give him time. He'll be okay. But yeah, Vision, work rate, passing, physicals. Most people know about this guy on this game, and he's very, very consistent as well. So he's a good player. Then I wanted somebody to back up Connor Bradley, a right back, and Wan-Bissaka was on the transfer list from Man United. I was like, he's got the experience and he's still got the attributes for it. So I thought, yeah, why not? Great tackling, great physicals, still naturally fit, so he's still got time running. And again, it's only the final season, so I'm not going to use him too much, but he's a very, very good experienced backup. So I was quite happy with that one as well. And then I brought in another centre-back, Scottish guy, Kerr Smith. Average player, but again, more of a backup, just in case things go slightly wrong. So I was quite happy with those transfers, which means the squad is looking very, very stacked, but also means, as you can see, I've also changed my first choice goalkeeper, and James Trafford has started off, and he started off really, really well. Rushworth, at the start of the season, did not start well, so I dropped him. So for the rest of the simulation, Trafford is my number one. It will annoy Rushworth, of course it will, but I think Trafford, looking at these two games, will be the better pick. Tactically wise, nothing's changed from season 4. That little tweak seemed to work well for us at the moment. And I'm going to pick without restrictions to see what it looks like now. And yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what the game's doing this. Putting a Wanyee up front, Gibbs, White, Cantwell, Elliott in the centre of midfield with Dewsbury, Hall and Dominguez, I think is really good. But again, the back line, they put Rushworth in, not happening. Wan-Bissaka starts as the right back over Bradley, but I think that's just because of the fitness issue. Again, I'm quite happy with that, and yeah, it's a weird one for fifth final season. Where do I want this fifth and final season to go? I would like us to qualify for Europe again. I would like us to win a domestic cup. But more importantly, I don't want the European journey to affect our league form too much. So I'd like us to stay in that mid-table spot and not get dragged into a relegation battle and get distracted by that. So I think we've got the squad for it. I think we've got the results for it. We haven't started too bad. 2 wins, 2 losses, so it's there or thereabouts. But we haven't started our European fixtures yet. I also want, with it being the Europa League, I want us to get at least through the league phase and get into the knockout rounds. If we could do that, I'll be quite happy. So, I'm going to simulate this fifth and final season. Whew. Let's go and find out what happens. Yeah, it's kind of as I thought would happen. I think the European adventure affected our league form a little bit. We didn't drop down as far as I thought we would. In fact, I think the European adventure actually affected quite a few clubs, because look at Liverpool. They were in the relegation scrap. Yikes. They only avoided relegation by 1 point over West Ham. I mean, okay, we were fairly comfortable, but we still lost 16 league games this season. And you look at some of the losses. Losing at home to Newcastle and Brighton, we shouldn't be doing that, really. But only on 50 points, so we were comfortably safe. But even still, I mean, obviously, there's no name against our... European qualification against our name, so I'm presuming that we didn't win anything again. Third round. Just could not win a domestic trophy. But we did get to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, which is actually a really good showing. Scheduling wise, oh my word, that is a horrible end to the season. Okay, we won our last 2 games, but we lost 6 games on the bounce. And we had a horrible February as well, 3 games and 2 draws. So overall, I mean, our first part of the season was okay. September was iffy, but actually December and November is probably what saved us more than anything else. Okay, let's have a look at the squad. Let's have a look at goals wise. Gibbs White, 16 and 12. He's developed into a really, really good player. Club vice captain, worth a lot of money. I'm glad he stuck around, because he's a really good player and very, very consistent as well. So I think he's definitely worth a purchase if you're with another team on the game. One got 16, Cantwell got 11, Jackson only played 8 games but scored 7, Harvey Elliott didn't play as many games as I thought he would do. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning. I think Elliott should have started a lot more, but hey ho. Yeah, I can't help but feel a little sense of disappointment in the season. I suppose the only thing that we have to check now is the financials and see what we're looking at, and there we go. 45 million in the positive this time. For the entire rebuild, we've been in the red. No net debt, it's been cleared. We stabilised the club, thankfully. Oof. And we've got a good transfer budget going into the next season, if I wanted to continue this on. Okay, that's a little silver lining, I think, more than anything else. I'm quite happy with that. Could it have been made easier if I just went and bought any players that I wanted? Yeah, of course, it would have been. But where's the fun in that? I like a bit of a challenge, and the challenge was British only players, and I think even with British players it works out okay. Obviously I couldn't get the superstar players. We're Nottingham Forest at the end of the day, and we don't have that money. So I think we did alright, all things considered. No trophies won, but we stabilised the club. They are now consistently a Premier League team, and they're in with a shout. I think if I did another season of this or another couple of seasons, I could consistently get them into Europe. But that is the end of the 5-season rebuild. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please leave a like on the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. I am pushing this to 100 subs. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I'd have hit it. If not, keep sharing this channel around to help me get to that sub count. I'll be really, really appreciative of it. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. The next one being a surprise. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to tune in and find out for the next one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra.